But the moment he stepped back into his hometown, a single voice from his past made his entire world stop. She had waited, not for his money, not for his success, for him. What happened next on that stormy night shattered everything he believed about love, loss, and himself. And what he discovered in that moment will leave you questioning, is true love something you find, or something that never leaves you? Before we dive into the incredible story, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt story. If it moved you, share it, comments below, and let someone know you are never alone. The road back home felt longer than memory. Dust rose behind my car, golden under the dying sun, as if time itself refused my return. I am Billionaire Mikael, yet here, I felt like the boy who once left, with empty hands and a restless heart. The old wooden gate stood there, unchanged. A sudden tightness gripped my chest. The wind carried a scent, dry grass, warm soil, and something painfully familiar. My fingers trembled as I stepped forward. Each footstep echoed louder than it should, like the land remembered me, more than I remembered myself. Voice, behind me. Mikael! The world stopped, turned slowly. There she stood, older, stronger, yet her eyes held the same quiet light that once believed in me. When I had nothing to offer, my breath grew uneven. Years collapsed into a single moment. I kept your promise alive, she said. Her voice carried warmth, and something deeper, pain shared silently. With time itself, a sharp ache surged through me, not from regret alone, but from the realization that love had waited, without demanding anything. The sky darkened slightly, clouds moved in, the air grew heavy, pressing against my skin, as if the past demanded to be felt. All at once, I came back for you, I whispered. My voice felt fragile, almost unworthy. She stepped closer, close enough for me to see the quiet strength in her face, the kind that only grows through years of unseen struggle. You were always here, she said gently. Her words struck deeper than any loss. A sudden gust of wind swept between us, lifting dust into the air, blurring everything for a second. My heart pounded harder. The world felt unstable, like I stood between two lives, the man I became, and the one I left behind. Her hand moved forward, low, certain. When her fingers touched mine, a shock ran through me, warm, aching, alive. Not wealth, not power. This was what I had searched for. Without understanding, her grip tightened slightly, as if she felt it too. The silence between us deepened, yet it spoke louder than words. And in that fragile moment, standing under a restless sky, with the past pressing close, and the future holding its breath, I felt something shift inside me. Something I had buried for years. Something that refused to stay hidden any longer. It rose slowly, like warmth returning to frozen hands. My chest tightened, not from fear, but from truth, finding its way back. Her fingers remained in mine, steady, grounding, real. I looked at her again, really looked this time. The faint lines near her eyes, the quiet strength in her posture, the softness that never left. How did you wait? I asked, my voice low, uneven. The wind brushed past us, cooler now, carrying the distant sound of creaking wood and whispering fields. She smiled gently. Waiting felt easier than forgetting, she said. Her words settled deep inside me, unshaken, undeniable. A sudden rumble rolled across the sky. Thunder, soft at first, then stronger. The air shifted again, heavier, charged with something unspoken. I felt it in my skin, in my breath, in the space between us. I built everything, I said slowly, each word carrying weight. Yet none of it felt like this. My hand tightened around hers. Empty rooms, silent victories, endless nights. My voice faltered. Her thumb brushed lightly over my hand. A simple gesture, yet it broke something inside me. Not painfully, but completely. Rain began to fall. One drop, then another, cool against my face, mixing with something warmer I had not realized was there. She stepped closer. No distance now, only breath, shared and unguarded. The world blurred again, not from dust this time, but from rain, and the weight of everything we never said. I never needed your world, she whispered. Her voice was soft, yet it carried through the storm. I only needed you to come back, whole. Lightning flickered across the sky, brief, revealing everything in an instant. The trembling in my hands, the truth in her eyes, the years that shaped us both. My heart pounded harder, faster, as if trying to keep up with a moment too powerful to hold still. I am here now, I said, barely above a breath. The words felt new, uncertain, yet deeply real. She searched my face, as if measuring something unseen, something fragile, something worth everything. The rain grew heavier, soaking us both, yet neither of us moved. Time stretched again, thin, delicate, ready to break, or become something more. Her hand slipped slightly from mine, not pulling away, but shifting, as if inviting me to follow, to step fully into the life I once left behind. While the storm deepened around us, and the past pressed closer, with every heartbeat, I followed her movement, low, uncertain, yet pulled by something stronger than thought. Her hand slid along mine, fingers weaving gently, as if relearning a language we once spoke without words. The rain poured harder now, cold, relentless. Each drop struck my skin, like a quiet reminder of years lost, moments missed, truths delayed. She turned slightly, guiding me past the old gate. It creaked open, a long aching sound that echoed through the fields, through memory, through me. Inside, everything felt smaller. The house, path, even the distance between us. Yet the weight in my chest grew heavier. The porch light flickered once, then steadied, a warm glow in the storm. She paused there, just one step ahead of me, close enough that I could see. Raindrops tracing her jaw, falling slowly, like time refusing to rush this moment. You remember this place, she said softly. It was not a question, it was something deeper. He nodded, but the truth pressed harder inside me. I remember leaving, I said, my voice rough, carried by the rain. Silence followed, heavy, unforgiving, the kind that exposes everything. Without saying a word, her shoulders lifted slightly, then settled. I remember staying, she replied. The words landed sharply, not cruel, not bitter, just real. A sudden gust of wind pushed against us, strong enough to make the door behind her once, then again, then swing open with a hollow sound. Darkness waited inside, ill, unmoved by the storm outside. My breath caught, not fear, but something unfamiliar, quiet discomfort, like stepping into a space where truth lives without distraction. She stepped inside, without hesitation, without looking back. The light from the porch stretched inward, thin and fading, barely touching the edges of the room. Followed, each step slower than the last. The floor creaked beneath me, louder than it should. The air felt different here, warmer, yet heavier, filled with something unseen, pressing against my senses. She moved toward the center of the room, then stopped, waiting. I stood near the doorway, caught between light and shadow. Rain echoed behind me. Steady, endless. You changed, she said quietly. Her back still turned. The words lingered in the air. Not accusation, not praise, just a truth searching for meaning. My chest tightened again. I had to, I answered slowly. The response felt incomplete. The moment it left me, she turned then. Slowly, her eyes met mine. Said he, seeing more than I was ready to show. Another flicker of lightning lit the room for a brief second, and in that instant, I saw it. Not the house, not the storm, but the distance still standing between us. Unspoken, unresolved, alive. As the thunder rolled closer, and the door behind me shifted slightly, as if the world outside waited for something inside me to finally break free. The door moved again, low, uneven, its hinge crying softly against the weight of the wind. I felt it behind me, that pull, the world I built, calling me back, safe, distant, untouched, and in front of me, or unmoving, certain. The storm cracked louder, thunder rolling through the walls, as if the sky itself demanded an answer. My breath deepened, heavy and steady. I left more than this place, I said, each word dragging truth behind it. I left you, standing in a silence. I never tried to understand. The room seemed to tighten. Even the air felt closer now. She stepped forward. One step. Nothing rushed. Nothing wasted. The floor answered beneath her feet. Soft echo, marking every inch of distance she closed. You left your fear here, she said. Her voice remained calm, yet it reached deeper than the storm. My jaw tightened. A quiet tension spread through my chest. Unavoidable. Another flash of lightning. Bright. And for a heartbeat, everything stood still. Her face. My hands, the space between us, spose. Then darkness returned, thicker this time, closer. I thought success would silence it, I admitted. The words came easier now, as if something inside me had begun to loosen. But it followed me, in every empty room, in every quiet night. My voice lowered, in every moment that should have meant something. The rain struck harder outside. Faster, louder, like time pressing forward. Without waiting for resolution, she came closer again, close enough now, that I could feel her presence, before I even touched her. You built walls strong enough to protect you, she said. Her eyes held mine, steady, unwavering, but not strong enough to let you live. The truth hit hard, not like a blow, but like something breaking open. From the inside, my chest rose sharply. A sudden rush of heat cut through the cold air around me. I stepped forward, without thinking, without measuring the distance anymore. The space between us disappeared. Not slowly, completely. I do not want to stand outside my own life anymore, I said. My voice carried something new. Not power, not control, but something raw, unfiltered, real. Her breath caught softly, just enough for me to notice, just enough to shift everything again. The storm roared louder, wind pressing against the walls, rain demanding to be heard. Yet inside, there was only us, and the weight of a moment, too fragile to rush, too powerful to ignore. Her hand rose slowly, hovering near my chest, not touching yet, but close enough that I could feel the warmth, waiting to cross that final space. While the thunder rolled again, closer now, deeper, as if the sky itself leaned in, watching, waiting, for what I would do next. Her hand stayed there, hovering, hesitating, as if even time held its breath. With her, felt it, that fragile distance, no wider than a heartbeat, yet heavier than all the years between us. My chest rose slowly, then again, closer now. Her warmth reached me, before her touch did. Quiet tension spread, through every nerve, every thought, every memory I tried to bury. Feel it, she whispered. Her voice barely moved the air, yet it struck something deep inside me. I did not move away, could not. Her fingers finally pressed, against my chest, like, certain, real. And in that instant, everything shifted. A sharp jolt ran through me. Not pain, not fear, but recognition. My heartbeat, fast, uneven, alive in a way I had not allowed. For years, her palm stayed there, steady against the storm inside me. You kept running from this, she said softly. The rain battered the windows now, louder, restless, like it refused to let this moment pass quietly. I swallowed slowly. My throat felt tight. My voice caught somewhere, between truth and release. I did not understand it, I said. The words came slower now, heavier, as if each one carried a piece of something long hidden. It made me feel exposed. Lightning cracked again, bright enough to fill the room for a breath of time. Her eyes never left mine. You were never exposed, she said. Her hand pressed slightly firmer against my chest. You were closed. The truth landed deep. No defense, no escape, just clarity, the kind that leaves no place to hide. My hands moved then, instinct, not thought, rising slowly, until they reached her arms. Warm, real, not a memory, not a dream. She did not pull away. Instead, she stepped closer, so close now, that the storm faded behind her presence. I stayed, she said, her voice softer than the rain, yet stronger than the thunder. Not because I was waiting for who you became. Her fingers curled slightly against my chest, but because I believed in who you were afraid to be. My breath caught sharply. Something inside me gave way, not breaking, but opening, fully, finally. The air between us changed, warmer now, alive, charged with something undeniable. My grip tightened gently, as if letting go was no longer possible. Outside, the storm surged again, wind pressing harder, rain relentless against the walls. Inside, everything felt still, focused, on this moment, on the truth rising between us, with nowhere left to hide. Her forehead leaned closer, almost touching mine. Not yet, just enough to share the same breath, the same space, the same fragile edge, where everything we were, and everything we could become, balanced, while the thunder rolled once more, deeper now, closer, as if the world itself waited for the next choice I would make. Her forehead finally met mine. Certain. The storm outside roared at its strongest, yet inside me, everything grew quiet. For the first time in years, I felt no need to run, no need to prove, no need to hide, just to be with her. My breath steadied, matching hers, as if our hearts remembered a rhythm time could never erase. I am here, I said again, but this time felt complete, not a promise, truth. Her eyes closed gently, a quiet surrender, not to me, but to the moment we both carried for so long. The rain began to soften, slowly, gradually, like the world itself was easing its weight. Her hand slid from my chest into mine again, fingers interlacing, with a quiet certainty that needed no words. We begin here, she whispered, not from the past, not from regret, but from now. A faint light returned to the room, as the storm drifted away, leaving behind the scent of earth, renewed and alive. I looked around, the old walls, the worn floor, the place I once outgrew. Yet now, it felt larger than everything I had built. 'Cause she was here. 'Cause I was finally here. Not as a billionaire, not as a man chasing worth, but as someone who understood that love was never something to earn. It was something to honor, to protect, choose, every day. I tightened my hold on her hand, not out of fear of losing, but out of gratitude for being given another chance. She smiled, warm, unshaken, and in that quiet, after the storm had spoken, and the past had loosened its grip, I understood something simple. yet powerful enough to change everything. Wealth can build walls, but only love can make a place feel like home. And sometimes, the greatest success in life is returning to the one heart that never stopped believing in yours.